Hey everyone, welcome to the first tutorial. In this tutorial, I will be guiding you through all the different features that we have in our Breakthrough Asset Pack. It's a complete game template. So let's begin this with you. So I will firstly import the package over here. So yeah, you can for you just go to Package Manager, go to your assets, then basically now load that imported to our project. But for me, I will just simply import the package. So I will import it, install and upgrade. So all the packages are now installed and I've imported the asset. So now you have to go to this Breakthrough folder and let's just open our main menu. So in the under the scenes folder, just open main menu. And as you can see, right now, the UI scaling is not good. All the UI is overlapping each other. So what we're gonna do is currently the game platform is set to PC. If you want, either you can change it to mobile. Just change the resolution over here to 1080 by 1920 and then play the game, then it will be fine. But make sure to like apply this just to the prefab. So go over here, apply to prefab canvas, and now you can basically play the game. As you can see. So once you have secured the platform, let's just check out this UI scaling tip things worth a lot of game. I'll open the game manuscript. And I'm basically created this elum, and we are checking if the platform is a PC or mobile. If it's mobile, then we are basically getting the canvas component, the canvas scaler component, and setting the reference resolution to 1080 by 920. If it's if the platform is set to a PC, then basically we are assigning it to 920 by 1080. So we are basically setting this thing, the first resolution. So yeah, for now, I will make it PC and apply the scope prefab and change the resolution as well for HD. And as you can see, it will work perfectly fine. Yep. Also, we have three different offsets for our game. First one is standard, which is basically without any tomb shading or other stuff. So it's basically using standard materials. So this is the fourth art style that we have. The second art style is Toon. So it's kind of a toonish cartoon shader that we are using. Unity Toon shader we are using to create this materials and this art style. So this is the second art style. And then we have a simple black and white art style. So yeah, all these post art style is made with using standard materials. And these two, the Toon and the white materials, were made using the Unity Toon shader. So for now, let's just open a scenes folder and the standard, let's just open level 1. You can save this. So let's see how this, what are the features of this game. So let's start with the player. So we have this chainsaw over here. This is the player component. Like this is the object that we will throw. Uh, this chainsaw have some animators to animate this thing. So as you can see, once I'm like setting the aim, there are some animations which is getting flared. Basically, the chainsaw burnt up. That's the animation we have for this chainsaw. Then we have some power levels. So these power levels, like we have set some power levels. So based on your mouse Y position, we set different power levels. So if you have just moved your mouse cursor a bit, then the power level is going to be 0. If you uh, move it more, then basically power level is going to be changed. Maybe it's going to be 1, 2, or 3. So as you can see, if I can show you, I'm just dragging my mouse a bit. It's all power level 0. Um, as I can keep increasing my mouse distance from the initial point, the power level will keep getting increased. You can see, yep. So this is the mouse distance. This is the level 2. This is level 1, and this is level 0. So you can change that, like you can play with these values, of course. If you want more power for your chainsaw, yep. So that's the way to change the power that you will use to throw this chainsaw. Then we have a short point, basically the place from which the chainsaw will be thrown. Then we have the cracks transform. Basically, this transform will appear where the chainsaw will hit the rock. So if I can show you. So if I go and hit the rock, yep, as you can see, there's a crack transform that we are basically assigning it to. So once we hit the rock, this will be funk. Or you can say we will set the position of this crack. So that's also a variable. We have an explosion file prefab. Basically, it's an effect that will be instantiated once we hit the rock. So yep. So these are all the features that we have from the player. Of course, we have tried it in very detail, so you can check the comments to like find how we are, what the logic we are using to make this game. But let's move on to our next component, which is the most important component of this game, the thrower object. This is the component that will help our player, like this strip, to like basically we can using this thrower object, we are basically towing this chainsaw and also making the drop prediction line. As you can see, we have some prediction line, and using this, we can throw the chainsaw. So what we have over there, so we have some sensitivity. So if you want your game to be more sensitive, then yep, it can do that. Then if you want, there's a player reference, there's a ground check to check if the chainsaw is grounded. If it's grounded, then only allow the player to like shoot again himself or the chainsaw. Then we have the chainsaw reference over here played in the player script. We have a rule over here to check if the player is grounded or not. We have the short point, same to that. So that's our thrower component. And for the proposition, we are basically using this line renderer to draw the projection line. So we have some number of points over here. Then we have time between points, or we can say distance between points. Then we have a radius for each point. And then basically we have a layer to detect what is ground, what is not to ground. Then we have this line renderer reference over here. Then we have this contact on this contact point. There's basically a red cross, as you can see. So this will basically determine or predict where the chainsaw will land. So yep, we have those or this drop prediction. Of course, you can go over here. We have comments for that if you want to change anything. You just feel free to do it. Moving on to our next component, the canvas. So canvas have this key magic class, which is used for UI scaling and all the UI related purposes. So we have total number of levels over here. So if I open the Blade profiles, you can see we have right now totally 9 scenes. That's why we have assigned total number of levels to 9. If you add more levels to your team, just make sure to increase this value. Then we have number of logs cutted, basically how many logs we have cutted in this level. And then we have this text reference so that we can update this text over here or the logs. Let's see. yeah, you can see this counter is increasing and we are just basically setting the text. Once we, after that, we have this Stark animator. We don't smear this reference for every SIG. We just need Stark animator for our main menu. Basically, in the main menu, we usually play an animation where play button and game title plays an animation and then the level will load. So we don't make this for each and every level. We only need this for the main menu. Then we have the logs comp UI. Basically, we need to set it on and off. And then we have the next level UI. Once we want to level this, we will turn this level complete UI on. Then we have the retry UI or this level fail UI. We will turn this on once we hit the rock or once the player will fail in any event. Then after canvas, we have just finished platform script, which basically we have assigned to this finish line. Once the player or the chainsaw enters over here, we play this blow effect blow effect particle system, and we play a player win animation. We have a reference for that. Then we play. Then we have just throw or drop position and player references, which and using that we can basically pause the normal actions, and so that like player can't be able to keep using that feature to throw the chainsaw going forward. So as you can see, if I didn't show you, let me go towards the end. So see, once I landed over there, there's some particle effects coming up. The player is playing an animation, as you can see. And we have some component references over here, which basically we are turning it off, as you can see. Yep. So yeah, that's the feature of finish platform or the finish flash, you can say. Then we have some post effects. You can basically turn on and off this prefab based on your preference. So if you're making this game for mobile and you need more 30 to 40 FPS in this need turning it off. But I guess it's really enhances the graphics a lot, so I'll keep it on. Then we have some time measure for the slowdown effects or the slow-mo effects. If I increase it, then basically the slowdown length or the slowdown time will increase, as you can see. Lastly, we have this Arneo manager, and choosing this, we are playing all our music for SFX. Right now, they're maybe dead to print 10 SFX max, so you can add more if you want to, and then basically, and if you want to play any SFX, then basically go to Audio Manager, Singleton, and then play, and then just name the SFX that you want to play. I guess, it's really easy. Just try this out. So yep, that's it for this video. If you want a more detailed review of just SF5, just let me know in the comments. I will definitely make one. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next one. Thanks.